Hello, 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 hello. Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you're watching from. Welcome to pre-market analysis for Thursday, December the 24th, 2020. It is Christmas, almost Christmas Eve, folks. We have a half day of trading. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. And what a half day it we're starting. For those who are in our Discord room, I don't know. Shame on me, big time. I don't usually have this type of regret, but what I'm seeing, what's developing with Baba, if you are not well, before I go there, okay, well, at least one thing, please, pretty please, people most likely not the Discord folks because I will be able to address them directly. I have some folks who are taking coaching session and they are pretty much new traders, and I'm doing this because I know that most of those people, the way that they know successful trading is through this YouTube channel. So please, if you schedule, you take a slot to do your first one-on-one coaching session, or you are just an inquiry into our service, please, the least you could do is to honor your appointment, because otherwise you're taking time away from somebody else. We only have a limited number. So this week I've had several no-shows, whereas I could have actually spent the time with traders, active traders who are already parts of our group. So please, pretty please, if to not force me actually to to start vetting people who are getting inquiry into the thing. So I want you to put that aside. All right. So that said, who do we have in the chat room? Hello, Mr. Ryan. I'm sure you are just as distraught as, well, I don't know if I'm distraught or anything. It's one of those things to say, okay, for us, we did something yesterday, but if we push into that reasoning, and not if we, like this guy, so shame on me for not having Baba as one of our lotto yesterday. I have no excuse whatsoever on there, because we are waking up this morning, at least if you're stateside, Baba is down 10%. Those lotto options, they are going. And the worst thing is that I did study Baba yesterday. Mr. Ryan can attest with that. We had an exchange right in after hours yesterday. I cannot believe which that I'm seeing this morning. You know? Talk about a Christmas trade or something. Yes, we do have JD, and maybe the 82 puts of JD or parts of that stronghold. We made some money on JD yesterday toward that ramp up. We took partial profit, obviously, and then we strangle it. Yeah, the 82 puts are likely to start in the money, but that's nothing compared to the massive, the colossal, the phenomenal, I am running out of adjectives on here, gains that are going to be coming out of JD, the Baba puts. But yeah, yes, obviously we can, we will gangster trade Baba, but these are the type of thing that for me, I've already identified that I need to improve on in 2021. I told you yesterday that this market is living on gaps. There are gaps all over the place. We start the session and the stock is already gap multiple points. So there's a way for me to actually spend some time studying, and I could not just believe that. I was talking about that yesterday, and today it's hitting me right in my in my belly. Like, but hey, we have to take it in stride, because guess what? Those who are in our Discord room, we know that we gave 3 lotto yesterday. 2 of them are Chinese. The other 2 Chinese stock that we have in our watch list, which is IQ and JD. And the one that we left out is the one that's down 10% this morning. And forget about 10 baggers, yeah? That's like a 50 bagger, easily. I'm going to show you the data here in a minute. All right. Well, maybe that's my way of venting, but it's all right. But I mean, stocks that are moving already are something that's we know it's advantageous to us. In that, on that note, I want to also take opportunity again to teach. Yeah, so we're going to go inside of Discord, because I'm getting feedback, and that, which is good, because it helps us be aware. A trading option with high implied volatility has its own risk, and I will explain why I mean by high implied volatility. I have a couple of examples that came yesterday, one of which, I mean, it has been featured on here, the QS stock, right? And was the other example? I think Lemonade was another one that was brought, or even Neo. I'm going to show you something that will help us avoid those type of scenario, because this configuration or the wish that you will observe on that could be of the type, hey, you have let's say call options, yeah, the stock is going down, but let's say you have put option, the stock is going down, but you are not making any money. That's very disconcerting. So that's something that we can avoid, and then there's a way to stay to just look at one that imply volatility constellation and to stay away from that. So while we will be doing that in a few minutes here, it's currently 8:45 Eastern time in New York and in Toronto. That's mean it is 8:55 or 56 in Singapore City. In my beloved city of Douala, it's currently 2:56, where people are getting ready for Christmas Eve. And I'm sure the weather is quite far different from which that I have here in Southern California. So in the chat room, we say hello to Mr. Ryan, hello Miss Marcy, hello Mr. Donny, hello Miss Lorraine, Mr. Moses. Welcome aboard, sir. Please make sure, Mr. Moses, to schedule your one-on-one coaching as early as possible, such that we can explain a little bit how our system works. I know we have spoken in the past, but once you come on board, it's important that actually we can show you all of the details. And we say hello to Beautiful Gates as well. All right, folks. Wow, you see, we don't have 20 people today. That this is a small confine or anything. So let's try to see how we can take advantage of this market on here today. So we are sharing the trading view screen already. This is JD. Let me maybe just do the regular stock market technical analysis top down from the ETF perspective. So what says SPY this morning? So pre-market 368.57. So yesterday was one of those. Yeah, and another question that's and let's bring yesterday's chart. Let's bring the 5-minute chart of SPY yesterday. Okay, so there was money to be made yesterday because expiration on Thursday. Oh, still you're struggling already. Expiration on Wednesdays, yeah, and SPY has expiration today as well, right, folks? But the market, again, as a reminder, closes at 1 p.m. Eastern today. But you can't trade SPY until 1:15. That's what it means. So yesterday, this is what happened. And this is something we can talk about. So one of the questions that we can have, hey, how often does it take so late for it to drop? And actually, could we do something here? If I go and put in okay, you guys, I need to make sure that when I do this thing, you can see everything. So I'm right clicking and I'm going to settings. Sorry that you guys cannot see that here. Okay, so now you can see that. This is how I bring up pre-markets and after hours. So in my case on here, well, let's see. Show only future events. Okay. Let's see. I thought extended hours. Sorry. Okay. So here's the extended hour here. This is how you activate it. Yeah. And again, it doesn't show. So you go to symbol and then, okay, let's make sure that's, oh, sorry. So yeah, when you go to symbol, one of the next to last icon under, you see body, borders, week, extended hours is there at some point. So when you do that, then your screen, hey, did the screen change overall? Okay, let's see. I'm not even able to show that you guys are seeing a color difference. In my case, let's do it again. So because my color choices is just wrong. So symbol. So my extended hours. So pre-market is going to be this maroon, but let's say after hours, how about I use just an orange color so that it can actually pop, or is it? Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys are able to see it on this in the screen, to be honest with you. So settings, after hours, J's. What do we need to use as a color here? How about blue? For crying out loud. Nope. I'm trying all type of colors, folks, for those after the after hours. Okay. I mean, on this chart is the time that goes from 1 p.m., 13 hours onwards, right? The pre-market here is starting on the 24th, on which that's you guys are seeing. So the SPY trade all the way to 115, right? So meaning it went further down, and we have seen this before. We have seen this before. We made a video on this, which is on the YouTube channel, is trading after hours, where we actually we did see that on a Friday where it continued, and the move can be substantial on that 15-minute after hours. It wasn't yesterday, so it closed here. The close was 367.30, but it actually went below 367, meaning that if you had 367 puts, you could have sold them after in the extra 10 minutes on this candle here, on this candle with the lower wick, or lower shadow, as I usually call it. So that's true. But the question is here, the points that we're bringing here. Look how late this dump is taking place. That's not unusual. I kid you not. So meaning, in order for us to make money here, you will have had to stay patient enough. What will help you in this type of scenario is knowing that today was also expiration. At some point, you could have decided when they're doing all of these shenanigans here, because the trend has been bearish for the longest part, right? We are below the moving average. We got below the moving average and below VWAP for a long time. So let's say at 215, that's already the case. But it's just dripping ever so slowly. So, and even here, before that move happened, there's always a head fake. So this candle here, this green candle, goes above VWAP on the 5-minute charts. And then it got rejected at the exponential moving average 20, the green line, and even the middle Celts, known as the middle of the upper Bollinger and lower Bollinger. That's the white line. The white line and the green line on this candle here at 12:45. You guys don't see 12:45. That's yep. Let's make it bigger here. All right. So this candle here at 12:45, that's Pacific time. So 3:45. And then the last two candles just went this way. Yeah, it's tough. Making money on SPY, they don't make it easy. They don't make it easy. So it was tough to say, hey, how far, how long do I have to hold into this? I've seen, you can go back in February, March, when the market was just going crazy. The last 5 minutes, you will see plenty of action. And the reason they do that, they know that they have an extra 15 minutes. So maybe for us in our mindset, trading SPY on expiration, really we need to take into account that, hey, the actual expiration is it's all the way when the clock stopped at 4:15. Because yesterday, the 369 puts, they went, I think on this candle here, they were worth like, they dropped them to like 21 cents. I kid you not. By the time this was done here, they were worth almost close to $2. This is how the market makers, this is how they roll. So that's something for, so today, it's anybody guess. We only have all the way to 115. So what type of wahala will that bring? Patience. So meaning you can definitely start saying, oh, especially as you're looking at the chart, right? If there are no big move, time is on your favor in essence. Why? Because every 5 minutes, 15 minutes that passes by, guess what? These same-day expiration options, they become cheaper. So meaning that compared to somebody who, let's say, got involved much earlier, getting involved on here on SPY as late as possible in the last 30 minutes actually gives you an advantage. I know there's a lot of things to take into account, but there's there's really no set of rule to tell you that, oh, it will exactly do this at this time. You just on certain days, you have seen on here, we have taken live trades on here with you, with some of you, where hey, we were expecting a move, it never happened. It's okay. It's okay. So by and large, when you are able to make, I don't know, was close to a 10 bagger on here, on this trade, my friend, you just need a couple of days at any given time, and that will make up for all of the other time that a SPY doesn't do its thing. And typically, this type of move, we see them when the market is bearish. Yeah, when they get into bearish. So on the 15-minute charts on here, let me remove the after hours. So symbol, let me remove the after hours. Okay, so on the 15-minute chart, it will look something like this. So meaning you're only seeing one candle, right? A lot of sideways, and then that's one last candle. So we were looking at the 5 minutes earlier, where you see two big candles to close the day. So this is that view of SPY yesterday on the 5-minute chart, and this is the same view on the 15-minute chart. And when you look at it from the option chart, which we do not have, but I'm not sure, did I save the option chart for SPY yesterday? I will have been smart for teaching purposes if I saved it, right? So at least those 369 puts, yes, I think I did. Okay, so let me try to share that screen. Yep. Okay, so this is the screen. So what does it look like? Yep, this is it. This is well, and also what time exactly did I save this? But yeah, at the time. So look, it's flat throughout. Flat meaning it was oscillating here pretty much for the longest of time between 30, 45 cents, 30, 45 cents, and then that last 15-minute candle, it just popped. It just popped. It wasn't an easy trade to stay in. It wasn't an easy trade, but knowing that it's possible, and or taking advantage of the fact that we had another expiration day today, thus you could have stayed in by using a stronghold to say, hey, your current position is your main position, and wait until the close completely, and having the hedge on for tomorrow before taking an overall new position for today. So yeah, yesterday SPY, but they have really, what I've noticed lately, before the move could start maybe in the last 90 minutes, now is literally the last 30 minutes. I kid you not. That's where the biggest move is. So meaning that for us, that's mean we can be further patient. We have to be more patient, and really just wait for those last 30 minutes, and wait in mind, because our risk will be smaller anyway, because as time is passing by, the contracts are the cost of the contract is cheaper and cheaper. Hopefully that makes sense for those who are involved with that trade yesterday. Oh yes, Mr. Beautiful Gate. Yes, my opacity was my problem with that. I guess I didn't have enough patience to go play with that, so that you guys could see the after hours. Today appears to have been fully booked. Yeah, let me check, Mr. Moses. I think I will let you know because I know that there's something there that's showing as, because today's Thursday, to usually have Bible study at 7 p.m. But I will free that up. There is no Bible study today. Okay, so where should we go now? We should go inside of Power E-Trade if we can. Oh, not if we can. If we should, right? We need to go take a look at the whole Wahala with our friend Ali Baba. Wahala with Ali Baba. That's a good title of a movie. All right, all right, all right, all right. Okay, I need to always switch this. Okay, so this is what's going on. So Alibaba is down 10.45%. Yeah. So far in pre-market, uh, I I think 229. I haven't seen any supports anywhere that last more than an hour or something. So 233 was initial support at some point. But just because the pre-market wasn't open. Yeah, this thing has been down, like I've been up for a few hours, folks. Talking with folks across the Atlantic. So now, where's support on this? So maybe let's let's do something. We have time. It's 9:10 Eastern. We have in 10 minutes we can do this. So just be ready. Let's actually take a look at the charts. Yeah, because instead of me just and this is something that I invite each and every one of you to do, right? We have been talking about, hey, identify a stock that's gapping and make it your target for your gangster trade. So Baba, if you do not look at futures or something, or a friend didn't tell you like me, my good friend Mr. Ryan, he's the one who alerted me of this yesterday. And I told him, yeah, I look at the charts, 220 was the number that I was seeing. So instead of me just you guys taking which that I said for face value. So where's that 220 that where did I get the 220 from? So let's go to the daily chart on here and make sure that all right. We have had great fortune with Baba in earnings. So we can treat this as an earning. I mean, it's de facto an earning. So this was back in August timeframe. So Baba, this is a day not to be afraid to buy contracts to put in a limit order on your Gansa for 1 cent. Yeah. if that concept is new to you, yeah, you could be a witness. Okay, this is Y220, folks. You see this gap right now? This thing is exactly inside of this previous gap. That's I'm making a fuss trying to show you guys. Okay, so the gap on your chart is from July the 2nd. On that day, we closed at, could you show people the date, Telex? If you can. Okay, my goodness, what a struggle. Okay, July the 2nd on here. So we closed that day at 223.60. The next day, we jump to 233. And it just went on. So since then, since July, this gap has remained on fill. Yeah. So here it is now. Where you see my orange line is tells us where the price currently at. So that's why. And here you're looking on the left on here. That's why. Mr. Ryan, I was saying yesterday that 220 was what I was saying, but little did I know. Man, this one, I have to let it go, but it's going to be tough, tough looking at that open on this that I did not strangle Baba yesterday at the close. Yeah. So that's the reason on here. So we are about 9 points away from there. And typically in this type of days like this, on this type of gaps, Baba has done two things typically. Either it is going to be, and this is part of quantitative analysis, folks. The last time that Baba had such a gap, this is the type of candle that it did. So this is very important in terms of what to potentially expect. Do not worry about it. The outcome is actually that for Gangsta Trade, whichever one of the two things that is going to do, we're going to make money as long as we get a feel. So last time a gap here, what day was this? This day we are showing you here was November 2nd. Apparently, Baba loved the 2nd. So because we saw a gap up on July 2nd and November 2nd as well. Maybe that's a quant study to say, okay, what has this the algo? We are not 2nd today, we are 24th. But so you see this gap here from November 2nd? That gap was from 310 to what was open here? To 286. And then it found buyers because it was way outside of the lower Bollinger. So it put in a quick low of about 6 points and then it found buyers, but then eventually sold off. So this type, if it is to do this type of candle, we're putting a low and then rallied. That's money that our calls can be making on the Gangsta trade. But then at the top, if it sells off again, you can have another entry on there. So be prepared for that. So I'm expecting either a candle like this one or a candle a la November the 10th. On November the 10th, there was a gap from the 9 to the 10 that I'm showing you here. That gap was from a close of 290 and 279. So 10 point down. Today, we are more than 10 point down, right? And then we have a red candle all across. The size of that candle, 270. So it was like 13 points, 13, 14 points. Yeah. So in either scenario, if it does a candle like this, whatever put that we can get ourselves in, they will pay. And if it does something like this, maybe initially the calls could pay. And then from the top, if it retreats, because right now, that 220 to me seems like a slam dunk. Really, because it doesn't have any support. They're just gonna try to fill that gap. But the order in which they fill the gap is the only unknown. Are they going to from the beginning here? Because trust me, somewhere, somebody's sitting and saying, "Oh, Baba just became cheaper by 10%. Let me load up." So if there are the more people like initially, we will have a push up, and then eventually the true direction will start. So in either case, we are to benefit from this trying to trading against a trade. So the question now on here is, all right, so let's start with the put side. So inside of Power E-Trade, very quickly here, as we are approaching 15 minutes to the opening on the half-day trading. So this is inside of Baba. You guys can see that, 229. 27 point down on half-day trade. Oh my goodness. Okay, so the 220, potentially, do we have a shot at the 220s from here? Why not? Because that delta was really out of the blue, right? So they could start them, I don't know, 30 cents, between 30 cents and 50 cents. But do not be afraid of that. So for us on here, let's target 220, 215, 210. 220, 215, 210. And ideally, I mean, as usual, any bid, 10 cents all the way to 25 cents. But if I were you, I wouldn't mind. I'm actually, for me, I'm going to actually put in bid at the cheapest possible price for this same strike, 1 cent of the like, because in case they find buyers and then they start going up at first, then I want to get a feel for those put, because I know that later on at some point some selling can resume. I'm not sure if that's making sense to you. So I'm gonna have multiple orders on here, yeah, for this chocolate gangster. Some on the cheaper end, some others on the regular end. So the regular end, 10, 15, 20 cents of the like, but some definitely less than 5 cents for all three. And on the call side, oh boy, on the call side, the calls are going to be super cheap here. So let's say they've buyers on here, 10 points, that will be 240, so 240. So let's try to get anything 245. Yeah, right now, the 245, yeah, so if you're looking at them now and you have never traded Gangster before, you're like, oh my God, they're at $11. Nah, that was yesterday, my friend. Welcome to the new world. Yeah, welcome to the new world. These are going to be super cheap. Yeah, so let's target 240, 245, 250. And we do not want to pay more than 10 cents, 15 cents in them. All right. All right, that's really about it. I think, well, we already have, I don't know if you traded with us yesterday in our Discord. For us, the other one that's gapping, it's JD. Though the funny thing is that this so-called probe that the Chinese government has signified on Baba, it's actually of Baba practice trying to to shade its competitors, one of which is JD. But JD is being caught into that as well. So JD is down 2.5, and well, you can just get the volatility on this, right? For me, really, I just hope that we make money out of that thing, because this is not what I was really having in mind for JD today. We closed close to 86 yesterday. Okay, this one, we just want it, let's say, to continue that way, because we have a straddle on this one. So here, that's the whole idea of a cheap straddle. The straddle on each direction costs max, was it 11 or 12 cents yesterday? I think 12 cents, yeah? So right now, the puts are in the money. So if that's the case, we just want it. If you want, please, IQ, drop 10% if you want. We will really appreciate it. Yeah? How do they say? No, I wanted to say something that's Abby. Yeah, I wanted to say Abby. Mr. Lawal can tell you what Abby means. That shows you the influence that I've been getting recently. Okay, very quickly on here, exits. I think buying under 225 is a good starter long. Well, more power to you, sir. We do not do that. For us, we are trading gangster on here, and that's what those prices are. Exits, I'm not sure we have seen you here before, so do not get my comment wrong. Welcome to the new world. Ha ha ha. That's me. Okay. Okay, folks, if there are no questions, I wish everybody a great trading session. Merry Christmas. The market is closed tomorrow. What I will be doing, most likely talking with some of you in a coaching session tonight. But even, I think, yeah, the calendar is open even on Christmas Day. So if you find yourself not doing anything on Christmas Day, the calendar is open, folks. So there's no better time than now, yeah, to get a head start for 2021. We've talked about it enough. The opportunity that exists in this market. Imagine the feeling about Christmas if you are waking up to Baba stock down 10% today, and there are many more. We didn't even go to our Finways to see what other stock are moving. I just wanted to spend the time on specific things that came my way yesterday. Have a good day, everybody. We talk to you later. Merry Christmas. Bye-bye.